Is that a season-defining win for Liverpool? A massive, massive win. Surely it has to be. Surely that has to be the win that carries them forward into an absolutely massive week ahead. First against Real Madrid and then against Man City. I think for most of us, we would have obviously hoped that Liverpool were able to go in and maybe do something in that game. But I think there was a lot of positives from Liverpool's side and maybe a little bit of naivety from Aston Villa side. And we're going to talk about that. But before we get into it, let me know your thoughts. What did you think was the biggest takeaway from that game? Are Liverpool back, or was it just a flash in the pan ahead of bigger games ahead? But let's get straight into it because there is a lot to talk about from that game. So first up, I think what we've seen from the off was Aston Villa wanted to play out. And you can see Liverpool at the start, they kind of wanted to press high up. It's something that we've seen from the best Liverpool teams over the years. And it did work in certain circumstances, and we're going to come on to that now in a second. But in other circumstances, especially at the start of the game, Liverpool struggled with the break. And this was in the 5th minute. So Aston Villa played through Liverpool's press and they had all this space to run into. So this is Morgan Rogers picking up the ball in oceans of space, and he's able to then carry it all the way up the pitch. He plays a lovely pass in, and then he's able to collect it, and he hits the post. And straight away, you're wondering, are we going to be seeing the exact same things from Liverpool again? And are we going to see them in trouble? And I think Aston Villa, and I'll talk about a little bit about the charts in a second in terms of like the amount of chances they created and opportunities that they were able to get from the start of the game to comparison to when Liverpool actually got it under control, because it's important. But if we go back, the game obviously progresses. Liverpool, they get a handle on it. And this is in where the first goal comes from. So Aston Villa, they're still trying to play that game. They were creating chances. What happened was Van Dijk started to push up on Morgan Rogers. Then he passed it on to Andy Robertson, who was able to get him a little bit under control. And that's what we've seen Andy Robertson pushing up. We've seen him a lot in the box, who had a brilliant game. And I'll be talking about him as well. But this is where the goal comes from. You can see, obviously, it's Cody Gakpo in this instance, Hugo Ekitike, Salah. They're all starting to push up. You can see Szoboszlai as well, and McAllister just in behind there. So they're starting to press a little bit higher up. And it's where the goal comes from. Martinez, there were obviously a lot of chances that Liverpool did create. But Martinez obviously plays the ball out to Salah. And then, Salah does what Salah does. And he finishes with a plum. And listen, I think this Liverpool press, if you're being completely honest, I think Aston Villa were probably naive. I think if you go, and I'll just show you this for a second real quickly, because it's actually really important. So Aston Villa had, right, just in here, long balls, 47 long balls in that game, 21%. If I go to the Man United game, and I just got it up here, Man United had 75 long balls in that game. And what they did really well was they obviously played off the long balls and tried to get basically the second balls. And that's how they got a lot of their success and how they were able to win the game at Anfield and cause Liverpool a lot of issues. Aston Villa wanted to do it slightly different. They wanted to do it in a way that was obviously a bit more suited to their game style and trying to play out from the back, but it caused them more issues than they were able to get rewards. And I think a lot of the time when you think about football, it's risk to reward. And I think, if you're being honest, I think they probably didn't play it in the right way. So that's how Liverpool go one goal up, and probably on the face of it, probably what they deserved in the first half with the amount of chances they had. Obviously, Szoboszlai, I think, missed one from picking up the ball as well. But overall, Liverpool would be happy. Salah back on the score sheet. And I think this game was a little bit of like a throwback Liverpool in terms of the pressing. I don't think it was all there, because I don't actually think they had the players to be able to play this way anymore. But it was a little bit of a throwback. You think of how good Van Dijk was, Robertson, Salah. Thought Gravenberch obviously had an excellent game as well. Szoboszlai, some of the new boys that have obviously come in for big money, they haven't really hit the ground running, and you're kind of relying on the experience that Liverpool have in this team to kind of get them through this rough patch, and that's what they did today. I want to take a quick second just to say a big thank you to the official sponsor of today's video, Champions Travel. They are the official sponsor of the Football Story, and if you're ever looking to go to Premier League games, La Liga game, Bundesliga games, they have got you covered. They are 100% guaranteed. I have used them so many times going from Ireland to Liverpool games, and they are absolutely unbelievable. Check out the link in my description for more details. But then moving into the second half, I actually think Aston Villa, they're just like, it was their own fault. So they're under no real pressure here, okay? So Martinez has the ball, no real pressure. And in this instance, I would be like, let's go long, let's test Liverpool, let's get our dangerous players into the game. But what they do is they move it out to the left, right? And this is Pau Torres now on the ball. So the ball's after being shifted out. Liverpool haven't really put too much of a press on at this stage. It's kind of a half press from Szoboszlai. But Pau Torres rushes his kick and the ball comes out then to Van Dijk. He heads the ball. It comes out to Cody Gakpo. So Cody Gakpo in here. Van Dijk heads the ball in here. And you can see, so we have 3 Villa players all now behind the ball, and there's oceans of space where Gravenberch is going to pick the ball up now in a second. But there's space in here, and this is where Liverpool are able to play through the line. So the ball comes out then. Gravenberch is on the turn. He drives into the space and does really well. I think this is what we're missing from Gravenberch when he's not in the team. But he does really well, drives into space, and then he gets his rewards and gets his goal. And I think that's where the 2 goals come from. More Villa playing into Liverpool's hands than anything else. And I think that's the one thing, if I was Emery, I'd be looking at this game and I'd be saying, I'd be disappointed with how we've let Liverpool back into the game and how we've let them get their goals, not really made them work for it in a sense of putting them under pressure rather than giving them the goals more than anything else. But from Liverpool's point of view, very happy, very, very happy I will be. I think they've obviously had a difficult month. October has been a really difficult month. Probably Arne Slott's most difficult month in a long time. And yeah, I think if we go through the team here for a second, I'll get them back up here for us. Like, I think you could be really happy from Liverpool's point of view. So we go up. Some of the match stats. So 1 XG kept Villa to 0.31. Big chances 3. Total shots 16. Not too many goalkeeper saves, 3 from their side. Top Marmadas really did pretty well as well. And yeah, just contained a good Villa side who were momentum wise were on the up. And you can see it from the momentum, like the start of the game, they were obviously getting the potential opportunities that were causing Liverpool issues. But Liverpool then got to grips with it and they got the goal early in the, or at the end of the first half and then early in the second half, and it kind of just killed them more or less. But overall, I think like some of the performances, as I said there, so have like the likes of Salah who did really well, Gravenberch obviously really, really good, Robertson, McAllister, I think one of his better performances. Szoboszlai got man of the match on TNT. And overall, I think this will likely be the team going forward. I think Florian Wirtz is gonna drop out. I think Ekitike will start until Isak is obviously maybe able to find his feet. But it's a very similar team to the Liverpool team that started the season. And I think Salah said it best after the game. He said that the levels at the start of the season haven't been what they would have expected, and he wants to perform. You know what I mean? Like 250 goals now for Liverpool. It's absolutely crazy the numbers he's put up. But obviously the way the season started, especially in the last month, it's just not the way Liverpool want to play. But could this be the win that kickstarts them? Hopefully. I think we're going to learn a lot more about this Liverpool team in the next kind of 2 to 4 weeks, because they're going to play against teams that might play a little bit more to what Liverpool are better at. I don't think Man City will be interesting, but I don't think Real Madrid will want to play long balls against Liverpool. I think they want to stamp their authority on the game and see what they can get from it. Obviously, Mbappe is playing really well. He got 2 goals tonight against Aston Villa. And then Man City, they obviously played a little bit different against Arsenal. Will they do that the same way at the Etihad? I'm not so sure. But I think this Liverpool team may have found a little bit of confidence, which is going to be important to carry in now to the rest of the season. I think it's still a long way back for Liverpool. I think Arsenal 7 points ahead. They obviously won today at Burnley, put in a really good performance and not conceding any chances, let alone goals. I think it's going to be very hard for Liverpool to come back. But as long as they're kind of still ticking away, still within arm's length, then there's always an opportunity. But listen, they got the win today. They got the result. Some good performances from, as I said, a lot of good players there. But overall, I think Arne Slot will be very happy with this Liverpool team. And hopefully they can kick on now from their perspective and go on and beat Real Madrid, beat Man City. And then who knows where they'll go. Who knows where they'll go. But let me know in the comments, what did you think of the game? If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Doing a lot more of this tactical analysis side. Trying to build my understanding of the game. And hopefully you can learn a little bit too as well. But yeah, let me know what you saw and anything that I missed, throw it in the comments and I shall see you all on the next one. I'm actually at the Madrid game this week, so I won't be doing one for that. I'll have a match day vlog up, but I'll be doing a tactical analysis for the game against Man City. So I shall see you all next week. Cheers, guys.